Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel with another tip from Tyson. We have Tyson here, our lead tech here at Scooter City Reno, our Reno, Nevada ATV shop. ScooterATVsales.com, bringing you a service tip on the Vitacci 250 Pentora 4-speed manual transmission. Tyson was just begging me today to do a video on how to service this. We're going to show you guys how to do the oil change on this, as well as some other tips he's going to throw out on how to check your chain adjustment, Zerk fittings on this thing, and just overall inspection, particularly when it's brand new, you guys. You always want to do a service about, around 5 hours, drive it easy the first few hours and do a full service on it. So Tyson here, our lead tech at Scooter City Reno, I'm going to hand it out to him and we're going to start with the oil change. Go ahead.
All right. Well, first thing we like to do on these is remove this belly pan that's up underneath the motor here, because of the fact that there is a hole to drain the oil through, but it will just gather up in the pan and just make a big mess. So there's 4 bolts on the bottom. You use a 5mm Allen wrench to remove those. I already took care of that part. And then next we want to do is get the oil pan under here. And then this is a 24mm socket, the cap for where the oil comes out.
Okay, so this is on the left side of, if you're riding it, it's the left side, right?
Left side, yes.
Okay.
All right, so we just bust that loose. Okay, now when this comes out, there's a spring behind it. Oh, ended up dropping it in there anyway. Got the spring here, and there's the little oil filter, which is sometimes just pops right out and sometimes likes to stick in place. So we get those out of the way.
Okay, let's see the spring and then the thumbnail that came out.
Okay. We got the that's the cap right there.
Okay.
This is the screen, the filter screen.
Let's see it again. Hold it out.
This right here.
Okay. All right, that's the screen. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then this is the spring that holds everything in place.
Okay.
So
the spring,
basically, the spring goes in like that. Then the spring and then the bottom cap goes on like that, and then this whole assembly goes back into the hole.
Okay. Great. All right. So, and how much oil does this take about approximately?
It's about a quart.
Okay. So we got it here dripping out here on the left side, the engine here. And what size did you use to remove that?
That was a 24mm socket.
24mm socket to remove the drain plug for the oil. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what else? What other tips can we throw in here?
We also it's a good idea to go around and just make sure all your bolts are all tightened up.
Mm-hmm.
You got the 3 Zerk fittings on each side here, 2 on the lower control arm and 1 on the upper.
Okay, Zerk fittings.
It's a good idea to grease. Hit those with grease every now and then.
Okay.
It's not you don't need to do that every time you do an oil change, but
okay,
it's a good idea to keep that keep the maintenance up on that.
Okay.
I want to check the alignment on here.
Okay, and how would you do that?
We usually just do it by eyeball here. Just give it a little bit of toe.
Okay.
There's you got these 2 nuts right here. You loosen those up, and then you rotate this.
Okay.
One of these is left-hand threaded. The other one is right-handed thread. So
okay,
that way everything turns the same direction to either spread or come together.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So what else can we do over here for service-wise? What else do we want to check here?
Well, obviously, you got your spark plug up here. You want to check.
Spark plug right over here.
Right up here. Yeah.
All right. So you got fuel filter on this one, particular one.
Fuel filter. Yeah, there's one up in here somewhere. I think it's on the other side.
Let's check out the other side over here.
Yeah.
Okay. We got the fuel filter here. Fuel shut off over here. That's a fuel shut off over there.
Yeah, that's a fuel shut off.
Okay.
And this one, unlike most of the other quads, actually has a reserve. So when you need to,
where would reserve be right now?
Let's see here. Well, let's see, this one right here, this is actually where your normal riding is.
Okay.
And then this position would be the reserve.
Okay.
So this is after you run out of gas, you flip to the switch to go home.
Okay, gotcha. And you got your fuel filter right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to upgrade that one, huh? That's a stock one that comes from China.
Yep, that's always a good thing to replace.
Okay.
Another thing that I always want to keep an eye on is your chain tension.
Okay.
I usually just like to make sure that there's some tension on the tensioner, but it's not all the way. But the tensioner isn't all the way maxed out.
Okay. And how about adjusting it?
I would adjust it. We have we loosen these 4 bolts right here.
Okay.
And then, like in the previous video that we did for actually adjusting the chain,
okay,
we just stick a piece of metal in there, like a socket extension or something along those lines.
All right.
And then with the back end lifted off the ground, you pretty much just slam the wheel in the direction you want the carrier to turn to either loosen or tighten the chain.
Okay, yeah, we did a video, you guys, on the Pentora 250. If you want more detail, a full detail on just how to adjust your chain, Tyson we did a video on that and how to do that. So if you guys want to find that video, just type in on the search field on our channel the chain adjustment Pentora 250, and that we show full detail on how to do that. So okay. Then looks like it has some adjustable shocks on there too as well.
Oh yeah, they do have adjustable shocks. There's a, you can see from this side a little better. You'll need a large spanner wrench to loosen up the two nuts up here.
Okay.
And you can just adjust them down to make it stiffer, or you can crank it up to make it higher.
All right.
And I believe this one actually has a little Schrader valve on the top up here.
Okay.
So that way you can adjust the air pressure in the shock, which will also change the way it dampens.
Gotcha. And then these are adjustable too. I see that the valve is under here on these canisters.
Oh, yep. On this one, these are reservoir shocks.
Reservoir. Okay. You guys can see the valve under there.
They're a little bit more of a high-performance shock to be able to help them run cooler when you're going through the bumps.
Okay.
And then the adjustment for the spring is the same on this one as the rear shocks.
Okay, awesome. And then, all right, so we drained the oil, you let it drip. Now we've been talking for a few minutes, you've been throwing out the tips. So you can see all the oil, you guys, here in the oil pan below. And you let it drip out until it finally just comes to a trickle. And then you put back the drain plug, and that's what Tyson's gonna do.
It's a good idea to clean off your parts before you put them back in.
Okay.
You don't want the old oil or any other stuff from dirt or anything stuck on there when it goes back in.
Okay.
Okay. So get those nice and cleaned up. Wipe up the hole here a little bit.
Right, let's see how you do that. For you folks at home, watch Tyson the way he puts that back in.
This one, it's easier just to get the spring in first with the filter. And stick the cap over the top of the spring. And you can just, there it goes. Whoops, almost had it there. Come on.
You see that spring creates a little bit of resistance, you guys, so you got to push it in there, just like Tyson's doing.
Come on. Okay. Here, I need to grab a rag and wipe my hands off here real quick.
Okay.
It's too oily.
All right. As you see, guys, we don't edit these videos here. These are just straight off the cuff. So we just create a lot of transparency over here. And again, you got to, that spring there creates some resistance. So you got to make sure you don't cross thread that in there. It's very important just to easily ease it back in there, catch that thread and just screw it all the way back in. So Tyson dry that out of here a little bit.
Come on. Oh, damn it. it goes.
All right, so that caught. And then where are we going to fill that oil? We'll show that next, huh?
Oh, up on the other side there.
Okay.
I need to get this one tightened down here first.
All right. So when you tighten it down, you're going to make sure it's nice and snug, correct?
Yeah, nice and snug.
So you don't want to over tighten this because then you can cross thread it.
Yeah, you just want to give it a good
There you go. You guys.
snugging, but not. It doesn't need to be tight.
Correct. All right, so we'll go to the other side where the oil fill and oil check is. Then Tyson will show you how to do that as well.
Alrighty. The oil fill right over here. Guy just comes out like that. Okay.
And it just takes shy of that quart, right?
I believe so.
So, always use a high quality. As you guys can see, we use here Lucas motor oil. We use the 1040 or 1030 brand, 4-stroke. You guys can use any other high quality ATV motorcycle 4-stroke oil. Don't want to use anything that's low grade. It's very important to use a high quality oil when you're doing your oil changes.
Also, for breaking in, it's best to use non-synthetic.
There you go, you guys.
The synthetic lubes too well, so the rings never actually seat in the cylinder bore.
There you go. All right, he's going to put that back in there. All right, so this is servicing, doing your oil change. That's what we wanted to focus on, you guys, doing the oil change. And then Tyson pointed out the other service tips over here on the Vitacci Pentora 250 4-stroke 4-speed manual transmission, you guys. We want to thank Tyson for the pointers today. He's our lead tech here at Scooter City, Reno. And if you guys need some universal Chinese parts, it's ScooterATVparts.com, and you'll always find me on Instagram on Scooter ATV Sales. And you have anything else to say, Tyson, to our audience out there?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Okay, well, we want to thank you for throwing out these tips. Hope you guys are well. And like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care.